Hey, D. Oh, I'm trying to see what is going on. I guess they don't want us to talk about nothing. Nothing at all. Thank you all. Hit the like button, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hey Gail, friends, how you doing? Gail said, "Hi everyone." And I had a lovely message from Rena S. I guess Rena S. Rena S said, "Misbehaving. You wish you had a Marsau in your life, sis. Stop hating." Baby, I don't know why folks that misbehaving is hating. Why am I hating, baby? Why would I want to be in a loveless marriage? And why would I want a man that got titties that hang just like this? Titties that hang just like this. Baby, bye. Baby, bye. And boo. But thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment. Baby, all comments on this channel are alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. This is just a flow over from an earlier live over at an Unapologetic Real Talk, did a live today. So this live right here, y'all, I had it set up for last week and I fell asleep and didn't go live, but I guess we can go ahead and we can go ahead and chalk up this video. So baby, middies equals men with titties. Middies equal men with titties, baby. And I am not about to try to have no man with middies laying all up on top of me, baby. Laying all up on top of me, falling in my mouth. But baby, I tell you what, that's why they really mad at Martell Ho, baby. They really mad at Martell Ho because baby Martell is fine than a mother sucker. We can hate him, baby. We can hate him or love him. But y'all know Martell be looking fine, baby. This last episode, when he came on through with his Miami Vice jacket and them tight jeans, baby, and his infamous brown loafers, baby, Martell was looking good. Honey, he was looking good. He was looking like the old Martell. Because, baby, for a while, Martell was out here looking rugged and ragged. Rugged and ragged. Here go my girl right here. What's going on, lady? I don't want you to get hit with no strays. What's going on? Oh, D, I can't hear you, mama.
You can hear me now? I had mute my mic because I had forgot
Oh,
my
okay.
iPad. You can hear me now?
I can hear you real good. There you go with
Okay,
that
okay.
radio voice.
Look, don't let me stop you. Continue, okay? I'm just getting everything set up. Gilbert, too
And I'm
wrong for that. He need one of our bras. Now this is big, girl. This is huge. Oh my
don't,
god.
don't nobody want big titty wide back Marsau. Tisha, and he wrong. So knowing that, I don't care how much weight Marcel lose. I don't care how many waist trainers he wears or binding of his titty he does. Baby, you better love the woman that loves you. And Tisha has always been a ride or die. So you need to start protecting Tisha Marceau. You need to start protecting her. Baby, that is your queen. And
You're good. You
And
a
to
teacher.
Rena S said, I wish I had a man like him. Baby, bye. Go suck my salt titty, you mangle mouth hoe.
I didn't see that one. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
she
mean, those are huge.
them suckers. They on the back. No wonder that woman got that picture of Marsau from the back. Them titties was big. Them
She was
titties was big.
she was too embarrassed.
She got that. Then again, it might be an old picture of Maurice.
Oh my
Because they
god.
said, what my boy Martell said? He said, you were uglier than you are, fatter than what you are.
Mm-mm-mm. Martell was trying to
Yeah.
train him right in exchange for Marcel helping him, to pass that test with the building's license, right?
That's what Marcel said. He was trying to, hey, Starbucks lover, they're gonna Starbucks. Lord,
All
I
right,
know
start.
y'all.
liquor store.
Right. Don't get hit with no stray bullets hanging out up in the chat, y'all. Hanging out there. It's all fair and love and war. You know, when you get that number one spot, baby, you gotta put in that work. You can't come up in here and get this big check from Carlos Reginald King for nothing. Middies, men with titties. I know it's a serious epidemic. I know it's a serious epidemic, and this is crucial. It's a lot of men self-conscious about having these middies. There's even a fella on what is that show I watch, and I just can't help it. What is it? IG Farms, the husband over there, Tim. Tim got some middies too. Every time I see him building on something over there on that farm, I can't help but to see them titties poking out his shirt. I said, Lord, have mercy. All these men with these titties. Then I ran across my nephew. He done got tall, slim down, looking fine. And my other sister said, has his breast gone away? I said, I don't know. I ain't look at that boy without no shirt. I ain't see no titties. I said, probably that adipose tissue went away. You know, when you lose weight, the fat decreases. But honey, it's those hormones that they putting in the food and the milk and stuff. Hormones. These men got that estrogen, but yeah, Martell Holt ain't got that problem. Martell ain't got no big titties. What's up, D?
But I wonder why, he didn't get that corrected, because then he went and purchased almost $100,000 or $200,000 sports car. Don't you think that he should have gotten that taken care of?
He should have, but he didn't. You know how some of us black folks are. Our priorities are all messed up. But hey, why would he get it fixed? If he's been married for 18 years, his wife ain't complaining about it. Tisha ain't complaining about it. So why would he get it fixed?
Hmm.
Oh, and if we are to believe what the track record has shown in the commentary provided by Martell has provided to us, it's a lot of women that were sleeping with him, even when he was heavy, when he was fat. I remember what season was that? I think it might have been season two. There was a confessional where Melody and Martell was sitting up in there, and Martell referred to Marsau as a fat boy, and Melody elbowed Martell.
She
And
did that? I didn't see that one.
uh-huh.
I'm gonna have
Oh
to watch
yeah.
that one. Oh my
I
god.
think I think I had put it on my community. Well, I'll go back and see. I may have downloaded it, but it was the episode that was back during that time when they were making that comment, that accusation, about Melody's mother in the tape with Mark.
Oh,
But
okay,
yeah,
okay. I remember
I'll
she
give
called
you.
them hips. Remember she called them hips and whatever.
Yes. Yes, the content creators had fun back during that time. Remember, Candy had that video, leg, hips, thighs, and body, yaddy, yaddy.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
They wrong. They wrong for that. Girlfriend said, "Are you going to keep that photo up? You making trip over my words, trying to work. I got to. Look, when you Gail, now Marsau Scott is the star now. He got that number one spot of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And when you got that number one spot, baby, all eyes are on you. I remember. Let me tell you something. You better do right by Tisha. You better do right by Tisha. You ain't doing
Thank
right by
you.
Tisha, so I ain't gonna do by you, honey. I ain't protecting these men. I'm always for women. Even if I'm mad at a woman, I'm gonna always be for a woman. Now, when she does wrong, I'm gonna call that out too. That's the thing. A true fan can see the pros and cons of each cast members. We can celebrate them when they're doing right, and we can call them out when we're doing wrong. Now, in Lady D's last live, who is you, baby? You, Miss Cree, you know that's Marsau Scott. Who is this in the picture? That's Marsau Scott. Then again, it could be Maurice Scott, because Maurice is a lighter hue. Ain't no telling, but I think that's Marsau right there. His titties about the same size. That's why then when that picture, you catch it from the back.
Oh, so that's actually one of them? I thought it was just like some picture, random picture you got off of the internet. So that is him. Oh my God. Are you serious? Oh my God. Are
Let me
you
not put that.
serious?
Wait a minute. Wait, let me put that out there. Let me clear that up.
Oh my
That's a
God.
that's a picture off the internet. Now
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't violate nobody privacy like that. Shit,
Oh,
I'm
girl, I
telling.
finna say.
They
Girl,
want
I was about to say, dude, we was gonna do a GoFundMe for you to get that fixed, corrected.
get them titty snip snip and clip clip.
Something.
Check your boo said, "What up, Chad and misbehaving? What is happening with that display? Glad you are okay, Lady D. Yeah, my girl right here. She resting her voice.
Yep. I'm just sending them over your way, letting everybody know we over there over on your channel. That's what I'm just
Oh,
sending it right here.
oh my God,
Yeah.
child, hell no. The check you boo. I'm joking.
Mm,
This
mm,
ain't
mm,
no.
mm.
This ain't check you boo. That ain't no real picture. That ain't no real picture. Miss Crease said, "Hell no, child, hell no, baby." But Rena S came up over here, baby. Rena S made sure she put up in here. Read that, Lady D.
She said, misbehaving, you wish you had a Marshall in your life, sis. Stop hating. That's somebody that know us real good. Now, who the heck said they want them troubles? So we can sit there and hear our man come and tell us you jealous of another woman, go out there in Africa and leave you out. Come on now. Nobody don't want those problems.
Mm,
Nobody wants
mm,
that problem. Now I see
they
why
don't
we
want.
came to the Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda had to sit there and be in the middle of this man is so disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Potisha, they need to go on and put Wanda back on the show, but I
They
don't know.
scared
Wanda
of it. They
don't know.
scared of Miss Wanda back on that because they know Miss Wanda is the one that's not going to let this stuff go. Miss Wanda would have shut that
Right.
down in a minute.
Mm.
Girl, they laughing. Girl, you middies, men with
Yeah.
titties.
Oh, it's why Robin Brown. Robin Brown. How you doing, Robin? Robin said, "Hello to everyone. Happy Wednesday." And who is that with the big titty? Marsau Scott. And don't nobody want big titty, wide back Marsau but
Mm-mm,
Tisha. And he got the nerve not to honor her or cover her or protect her. You're supposed to be down for your wife. Let your wife
mm-mm,
ride for you, baby, and you ride for her. Ain't too many women want to lay up under a man with long big titties. I ain't trying to lay up under no man with no titties. Uh-huh.
He need that
Oh.
corrected, honey. He got to get that corrected.
Checky
If he got
boost.
the hang, that's bigger than mine. Shoot, I ain't got none.
Look,
Shoot,
I
that's
got
bigger than
some. I ain't
mine.
gonna even lie. My titties bigger than that. Starbucks said the person has me blocked because I couldn't see their comment. Oh, who got you blocked, Starbucks? Oh, Rena S got you. Must have you blocked. You couldn't see. Yeah. Uh huh. What you say? Add RE2 plus Mark. And even Mark then lost some weight. Remember, Mark was looking big and sloppy too, but he didn't lost some weight and slimmed on down. I guess that's what happened when you have a white woman in your life. She'll help you get you in shape.
Miss Chris said Miss Wanda didn't need to be on this show. I can't with her.
Can you imagine? Ooh, I need to know who are these women laying up under Marceau. And I know when Tisha got him, he had to be slimmer. And one thing I noticed, I'm not a member of the D9 family, but one thing I have noticed about these Kappa men and these Q dogs. You know, they be fine and fit in their youth, but as they get older, some kind of way the Q dogs just seem to spread like jelly all over the place. They be thick and big. Rest in heaven, Kiki. But her husband, Amir, I think that's his name. He's a Q dog, so he
Mhm.
big. He big too. He big too. I haven't, and now I'm not saying there are not any overweight Kappas. I just ain't never seen one, even when they get old. Hell, all the Kappas I seen been hella fine. Even the gay ones. Shout out to Al Reynolds. Even the gay Kappas look good. I don't know. I don't know what it is, baby. They didn't stop stomping on the yards, taking in too many calories. Now they spreading as they get older, and it take a reality show to make them start losing weight. I don't know. I don't know, but I would like to see the before and after photos because I didn't heard it on more than one occasion, and it came from Martell voice. It didn't even came from Marsau voice. They
Mm-hmm.
both said even Maurice was fat before he got with Kimmy. They said he was overweight. They tried to make it seem like it was the ex-wife Kiowa fault he was fat and sloppy. So
Mm-mm.
I need to see some before and after photos.
Some say eating all those raisins, dealing with, oh my God, girl, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot what she said. Oh my God.
Oh Lord, the first in the morning. Starbucks lover. I like that. You said drink green tea with lemon first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and you will lose weight. All right, I'm gonna
Well, I'm
try
gonna have to
that.
try that. I'm gonna have to try that then. You didn't tell me about that
Uh-huh.
one. Green tea. I'm gonna have to get me some green tea. And I got a whole bunch of lemons.
Wait a minute. That's who you read, Miss Creed. With the eating all them raisins, dealing with white women has you shitting. That's why they losing weight.
Oh my God.
Mark, look, y'all know Mark ain't got no filter. That fool gonna be over on Instagram talking junk.
And he already is following you, right? So, girl, you need to go ahead and put that link right there on Instagram.
Oh, I didn't accept him on Instagram. That was a while back. He had sent a friend request. It might have been last year, and I didn't accept it. And then when I went back, he had rescinded that request. I don't know if he rescinded it or if there's. I think he had to have rescinded it because it's not like a time limit on it, is it?
Mm.
Ain't no time limit up on it because my page is private. I don't put nothing up over there.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't put. I'm
okay.
gonna take this March. Yeah. But yeah. So we gonna fit. I sure do. I'll be glad when you do that special members only live so we can talk about Africa
I want to
and
talk about it. I want to talk about it, but honey, it got to be more than what they're
Mhm.
giving me right here. You see what I'm saying?
Right. They ain't even hitting like. They ain't hitting like. They ain't did nothing. They ain't send you no cash app, did they? They ain't doing
Mm-mm.
nothing, but you gonna tell them something. It was something I wanted to read and I cannot find it, and it must be meant for me not to find it. It must be meant for me not to find it. But I tell you what, Martell ain't going nowhere. Marcel walking around Huntsville with his middies, swinging freely, unrestrained, like a black stud in San Francisco. Baby, I damn near choked on my water when Miss Logical hopped in my comments and said Letitia Scott said Martell Holt wanted Marceau. Shit, baby bye, baby boo. Martell don't mess with no big chicks, so he definitely ain't checking for big titty wide back Marceau. Can I say something in my Jay Wilson voice? Where is Maurice Scott? Has anybody heard from him? Has he been on Facebook or Instagram? Hashtag Miami Reese has been quieter than a church mouse or a runaway slave fleeing from the South headed north. I heard Lisa Bloom is representing Melody Cherie Rogers in a revenge pornography lawsuit. So you know what that means. If Lisa Bloom on the case, then it's definitely fake. Next season about to be the Scots versus everybody, unless we can get Martell some help on the show. Now, what you think about that?
Mm-mm-mm. Girl, I don't think. You think she done went ahead and hired Gloria, what's her name? Gloria Aldrich, right? Her daughter. You think she went ahead
Uh-huh.
and hired her? You think she did?
Yeah, Lisa Bloom is Gloria Allred's daughter.
You think
But
she hired
whoever,
her?
whomever, somebody probably, now that's what they saying, she hired her, but I don't know who told her to hire her. I wouldn't
And
trust Lisa
why?
Bloom. Lisa Bloom ain't to be trusted, D. Look, Nene hired that heifer, and that heifer
Mm-hmm.
didn't do right by Nene Leaks. Lisa Bloom is an ambulance chaser. She not
That's what
gonna
I
get
did. That's
you.
what I was about to say. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And this is my opinion. And all my comments are alleged and for entertainment purposes only. But based on Lisa Bloom's record, baby, she's not winning no cases. Let me tell you something. Lanithia Leaks from Real Housewives of Atlanta hired that lady to represent her. And that lady didn't do right by Nene. She ain't get Nene nothing. This woman just trying to get her name out there, name recognition. Lisa Bloom, and
Mm-hmm.
her mother Gloria Allred. Honey, these are nothing but legalized pimps right here.
Absolutely.
They
Just like she
pimping
said,
women.
clout chasers. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. Ooh, who is that? Checking Boo, you said Maurice is laying low to avoid getting hit. I know that's right. I ain't mad at Maurice either. And Miss Cree, yep. Miss Cree, yep, got Nene blackballed. That's right. I don't understand why black folks watching Bravo didn't Nene say boycott?
Hmm. She's back with some. Who she's with now? I think she's back on TV, right? I think she's on some other show. Network. Nene is on.
On what?
I can't think
Doing
which one
what?
she's on, but she's still a part affiliated with the same ones that network with Bravo, but it's not Bravo, it's Universal. So I think she's they picked her up. I think they going to have some type of scene with Nene and Kim Zolciak. I said, well, they want Kim back, and they know if they bring her back without Nene, then people gonna have something to say. So no better person to put them together is Nene and Kim Zolciak. You never heard of that one yet?
I hadn't heard of that, but I don't want to
Yeah,
watch nothing with no
Kim
Kim
Zolciak.
Zolciak on
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to deal with her. You bring Nene back and do Nene right.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, but speaking back with Lisa Bloom, all Lisa Bloom is just gonna go ahead and just take her money, and I don't even think she went ahead and hired. That's just all was show, and I don't even think that Melody went ahead and come out and said. I think her assistant was the one, Lauren. That's her assistant, right, Lauren? I think Lauren is the one that came and posted that on Instagram, but I don't think that woman is very, very expensive.
Right, I'll tell you. I don't know. It's a lot going on over here in Loving Mary Trunksville.
Hmm.
Loving Mary Trunksville. I said it's a lot going on over here in Loving Mary Trunksville. Y'all know y'all gonna hear all kind of noises in my background because I keep it real. I'm your girl Misbehaving. The name of the channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. And contrary to popular belief, celebrities are real people too. So, honey, you may hear a child screaming in the background, laughing, coughing. You may even hear water or a toilet flushing. That's because I'm gonna keep it real with you. What you say? You know what, Miss Cree? This is my first time seeing you over here. Welcome.
I think she said she subscribed to your channel, Miss Cree. She
But
went
did
ahead
I
and
put that
subscribed.
message up? She said, "Girl, Nene trying to everything to get." Oh, thank you, Miss Cree. Uh, Miss Cree, you said, "Girl, Nene trying to everything to get in the good graces of Bravo." Yes, male assistant posted her name. I wouldn't. I don't
Yes.
trust Lisa Bloom.
Yeah. Yeah. What's male assistant? What's her name? Lauren, right? That's the one.
Yeah, it's Lauren.
Yes, that's the one went to St. Thomas with
I
her.
uh-huh. And that they was picking on. I like me some Lauren. Lauren from Chicago. I got a
Hmm.
soft spot for people from Chicago.
I don't really like her that much. Want me to tell you why I don't like her?
Yeah,
Because
tell
it
me
looked
why you
like
don't
she
like my girl.
it's like she walk in Mel's shadow. I think Mel got her hanging around so she can help, do all her errands and stuff like that. So I hope Mel is paying her real good because she sure do a lot. And the thing about it, she very quiet. And when you so quiet, those are the dangerous ones because when mad day, she's gonna let it out.
And you're right. You're right. She does stay quiet. She's out of the way, but yeah,
Yep, she
the quiet
observing it.
ones.
She's soaking it in.
So Melody, do it right. If not, all guns coming blazing. Pew
Hmm.
pew 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 pew. What else is going on? I heard it. You know, Marcella is out here being a YouTube the YouTube beef whisperer. I heard Marcella out there, so I had to go and check out a video. And Marcella was talking. I'm trying to wonder why Marcella trying to get into the millimeters business. If the millimeters over there fighting one another, why Marcella worried about it? I mean, Marcella. I mean, she was giving a great speech today. I heard her talking about mental health, and if somebody tell you about their mental health, and and making videos, and folks calling FBI's. Well, this is my thing right here. When it comes, I'm an advocate for people, for folks with mental health, mental illness with a mental diagnosis. And my thing is this: if people are making videos, you wouldn't know people are making videos about you unless you went over to their channel to hear them making a video about you. You can tune off at any time and don't go over there to subject yourself to that. You don't have to even be on YouTube. Take a break. But I don't dislike Marcella. Marcella has shown me support over here on my channel. But as a regulator, baby, I got to keep it real. And I'm always pointing on out. So this is my thing. If mental health is so important to Marcella, and she's concerned about the effect it may have on that person with mental illness, why didn't she show this same care and concern when it came to Kiki Jabbar?
Wow.
I mean, it's hard for me to take her serious when she was speaking today, so I had to tune off. There was
Hmm.
no care and concern when it came to Kiki Jabbar. And Kiki is like so many others here in America that suffer from some sort of addiction. That why speak negatively of them when they're already at a low point, and
Hmm.
you may never know what that could trigger them to do or to say. So I just when I heard her advocating for uppity and what's going on with uppity and some other YouTube bloggers, mainly millimeters, I'm like, this is much to do about nothing. Let me go ahead and tune off. And I said what I
Hmm.
said. Now some folks may get mad. You just get mad. Hey, country girl Queena. Checking you, boo. Want to take a break before crashing out. Take care of your mental health. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And you. If you get to that point where you feel like you might do something to yourself or you're crying, look. I always tell people. I'm pretty sure people say stuff about me, and I'm not gonna know what you said unless you at me, unless you
Hmm.
send it to me or somebody tell me. Once they tell me, I may go over there and listen to it. I may not,
Hmm.
but that's my choice. I control what I hear, and then you decide what you allow to get you triggered. That's what some of these folks up here on YouTube is miserable. This is the new
Hmm.
television. And honey, I'm gonna keep talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville because honey, it's the gift that keeps on giving. I want to hear it
Absolutely.
all. I want to
Absolutely.
hear it all, baby.
But that's what I think. When it comes to the YouTube streets, I think that, if people see that, it is affecting your mental, your mental behavior, I think that they should just don't watch, or just watch something that's, not going to trigger them, because when it comes to YouTube, girl, YouTube can be vicious. I thought, like, in people real life, dealing with real, real life issues going on, in your own town or wherever you are. But when it comes to these YouTube streets, girl, it's just as worse. But it's just a sad, most people, they don't have anything to do. They miserable, lonely, and they just, I don't know. But it's just so sad. And then the thing about it is, when it comes to these reality shows, these people, half of them is really not about that life. They're already going through some issues, and that's why I think that when it comes to Call Us King, now we know through Destiny that they don't have any therapy, therapists on deck. I think they should do that. You think that all reality shows should have therapists on deck? Especially when it came to look how Kiki, I think if they had a therapist on
Right.
deck, some of this stuff would have been, handled the right way. What you think?
Yes, they need to have counselors on deck, just like they definitely do. I would have thought they would have already had some on when Kiki came on with her disclosure. Now Kiki was showing her reality.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give that to her. She showed her reality. She showed you how she was living. Honey, it
Mhm.
would be time the cameras would come, you see all the clothes and everything in the background. Kiki didn't care because she's showing you her. She's giving you
Yes.
her. But I think she was trying to walk that tightrope in between of how much she want to share because somebody probably told her you telling too much, you doing too much, and she's just trying to be out there to show people that we're struggling, what you go through day to day and probably how you could overcome. But yeah, they should have been had counselors on those shows, and especially on Carlos King's show. uh a lot of people, I can't tell you the percentage of people who struggle with some form of substance addiction. A lot of them also have a mental illness diagnosis. And I
Mhm.
can't give you the proper percentages right now of what that is, but knowing someone like Kiki was coming on, there should have already been counselors there. And then after she untimely passed away, may she rest in peace, they should have people there now. But
Yep.
reality television, as Checking You Boo has always said, reality television is cesspool
Mhm.
television. It wasn't geared to educate us, to make you happy and encourage positivity. They want to display and show the lowest of the low. That's all they want to do.
Mhm. Yeah, but
That's
we
all they
talked
want to do.
about the reality shows. It's not good, especially when it comes to black families. It's just to make it worse than what you already is. But I think that a lot of people, especially when it comes to the ones that's watched that show and people that's watch it on social media, some of these people, they need to just go ahead and just take a break from it, because it's sad how they so fixated when it comes on these reality shows where they take the fun out of it. That's how I see it.
Mhm. And then just like Miss Cree right here saying, I don't know what you signing up for. Some people just want to be famous. You're right.
Y-
They
yeah.
want to be famous at all costs. At all costs. And Checking You Boo said, I do believe Letitia was looking out for the best interest of her cousin. I think Martell's ex was wrong for her handling her carelessly. Well, Tisha and Marsau, Checking You Boo, they weren't so gentle when it came to the reunions when they would uh, provide commentary on Kiki. So yeah, she may have been looking out for her in the beginning, but at some point it changed. I think more so they were embarrassed to have Kiki come up on that
You
show.
you, you think they
That's
was
my
embarrassed of
opinion.
her? Hmm.
Yep. I think they were embarrassed to have her come on the show because Kiki has always been around, just not in front of the in front of the cameras as one of the characters, the main characters. But we've seen her over the seasons be in the background, where she'd show up at the graduation party, or she'd show up at that Brown Girls event as a speaker. And when we've seen Kiki in those scenes, she was so polished, but when
Mhm.
she came on as a cast member, it was in the, as someone that is sober but struggling with addiction. So
Mhm.
everyone took advantage of her, not just Melody. Everyone
Mhm.
took advantage of her, and I hate it. And yes, Kiki decided to sign up for the show because she wanted to be famous. So it comes with the territory. Just like I know, being a content creator and sharing my life and what I'm going through, people can make it, commentary, and it may
Mhm.
not be in the most positive light. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're right.
I was watching Kiki I forgot what channel she was on. She was doing an interview with this lady, and she was, talking about, some stuff, how she got on the show, and also she was talking about her personal problems, when she was addicted, and how she was talking about, when a prescription that she went ahead and she took out of her cousin's house, and they went and they brought it out to the friends and to Melody, and it made them look at her a different way. Did you watch that interview? I forgot what the name of Crystal something. I can't think what the channel was, but she was talking
Was
about
it
how,
Crystal?
I think it is. I can't think of her name.
Crystal
Somebody
Exo?
must have bumped that. Yes, that's who it is. Someone must have
Okay.
bumped it up to me. And when she was telling, how, when she had addiction. And I think that when it came to Kiki, she had a storyline if they would have gave her a chance to tell it. But, they made it about all that foolish stuff, and then, once they couldn't use it no more, it's like they just threw her out there. That's how I see it.
Hmm. I'm in agreement with you. And then I did not like the way Melody handled her when they did get rid of her after that Houston trip. Bring her up there and on national TV, get rid of her.
Hmm.
I mean, boy, it's so cold. And this is, I know nobody wants to speak about this and nobody wants to say anything. Um, she was a member of the cast. So are we going to see that on the show, or at least a conversation
Hmm.
where people have given their, condolences, or has anyone checked up on the, you don't have to show every aspect of it, but just acknowledge her presence in the passing of her. Do they ever plan on doing that? Or is that just, they want us to just forget about her ever being a member on this cast?
Yeah, well, if they do that, that's sad because she was a part, so they should acknowledge. And I think it would have been a good, time to talk about it when Mel came to the bar. You remember when Mel they little lounge, who that was? Mel, Martel, Marcel, and Melody, when Melody had walked in their bar. I think when they was sitting down, that's the time they should have opened up and talked about Tisha. Melody should have came out and said, I give my condolences to your cousin or something like that. I think that's where they should have been
Thank you.
open. Yeah, they should have opened it up right then and there.
Thank you. You're exactly right. Thank you. That would have. Somebody could have done something, some little small mention, and then we could have went on. But it's as if they're just trying to forget that the woman was ever there.
But you can't because she was part of the cast, and I don't think that they should talk about it, just don't cover it up because when you cover it up like that, it makes the show, not authentic. It's like if you're gonna
Mm,
hide that, then you might as well go ahead and hide everything else.
right,
That's how I see it.
right. But see, it kind of shows how people are just cast away. Like they make you feel like you're of not important, You know what I'm saying? You're not
Mm-hmm.
worthy to be thought of or cared about, whether it's somebody suffering with addiction, someone that
Mm-hmm.
has lost their job, down on their luck. How many times have we heard people make fun of Martell? I know today he's not in that same position he was before, but how many people have made fun of the fact that he did not have a place to stay and he was constantly moving house to house? You know what I'm saying? And then even on that episode where Martell, I mean not Martell, Marsau, Melody, and Tisha are sitting at Black or at that bar, Marceau comments how, how he's helped Martell and he's even loaned him money. Well, if you
Mm-hmm.
loaned him money, okay, you're just repaying a favor that was done to you, because there have been many stories out here on these YouTube streets about how Martell and Melody have helped Marceau and them when they were down and out, when
Mm-hmm.
they were in a time of need. So what's the need of mentioning it now at this point in time that you've loaned Martell some money? That's
You
not
don't
even
think
what
it's
the
because you don't, not to cut y'all, but you don't think that they setting a scene to get Ariane on, because you remember when they were saying that Martell was asking Marshall to loan him money, so it wouldn't look bad when he gave it to Ariane. So you don't think that's what they're trying to do? Just set that scene?
possibly they possibly, because I know if Orion come up on here, she gonna let it all out.
Thank
Jen
you.
Adams, I've never seen you here before. Welcome, Jen Adams. I'm gonna read your comment. You said Mel treated Kiki the way that she did after Kiki was caught talking trash to that content creator with the funny teeth. So don't make it like Mel dogged her out. Just my opinion. Um, I Jen, they all dogged her Kiki out. That's my opinion. Her family included. They've all dogged her out. It was only maybe a few cast members on the show that did not dog Kiki out. Now I didn't say use the word dog, but well, hell, I may haven't forgot, but that was embarrassing on national TV to sit that woman on screen and then fire her. So we don't even know
Mm-hmm.
the context or whatever the conversation was. We all know that when Kiki was brought on as a main cast member on the show, it wasn't to highlight her battling substance addiction. It wasn't for that. It was to lead support, to give support to the accusations of Marsau cheating. And it was not only him cheating, but that by Melody mentioning it on this here show, it wasn't the first time that that rumor was out there. It was to lead support to that. This has been conversation in the city of Huntsville, in the streets, common knowledge that there were accusations of Marsau cheating. So
Mm-hmm.
we know Kiki being brought on the show wasn't for good intentions. We know that.
No,
But
no.
so I'm not simply blaming Melody. I don't like how Melody fired her on the show. And the content creator with the crooked teeth you're talking about is Anthony Lofty's. Don't you think it's strange that even on the show they don't refer to these content creators by name? They just call them bloggers. How dismissive is that? They just want to refer to everybody as bloggers and not by their name.
And
Baby.
bloggers play a major part of people watching this show, because for sure, Country Girl and Starbucks, them, they didn't know anything about Love and Marriage in Huntsville, so they should appreciate us. We play a major part of people watching this train wreck of a show.
hmm
So they
And
should
Layla,
appreciate us.
Layla, those Marceau's got titties. Don't nobody want big titty, wide back Marceau, but
Mm,
Tisha, and
Tisha.
he disrespects and dishonored their marriage. He need to treat Tisha like she's a spotless, treat her like a diamond, treat her like she's the best thing on earth. Because that woman, she stands by him even when he belittles her. You know, he always seems agitated when it comes to Tisha. But yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
Marsau big titty ass.
Girl, you wrong for that. You need to look. You need to put a bra and a shirt on that one right that quick. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I
Because
wish I
that's
knew how to edit that. I know.
put a
Put him one
bra
of them sports
and
bra on.
yes, something on him. But Checky Boo says, I don't believe it was good intention the way that the late Kiki was brought on the show. I believe it was to help Martell X expose Marceau's cheating. Absolutely. That's why most
Yeah.
likely they don't want to talk about it anymore, you know?
Right. That's
They want
right.
us to even forget she even existed on the show. So if you're not even talking about her or giving y'all condolences that she was on the show, that mean y'all was trying to cover up something. That makes it suspicious to me. I don't know about you.
Right. Right. It does. It does. So we won't, baby. The North remembers. We ain't gonna forget about the Purple Princess. Y'all don't want to
Hmm.
say her name. I ain't even seen no in memory of. You know how on other
No, I didn't
shows
see
when
either.
I never saw none of that. In memory of, what's going on here. I mean, it's so many fires getting started. It's so many fires getting started. They don't want us. We don't know what to focus on. But I'm gonna keep my eye on the prize. You got women claiming Carlos King is subjecting them to a hostile work environment. That's number one. You got Tisha that came out here and talked about alleged something about Martell. That's number two. You got the trip to Africa that everybody want us to forget about, but Africa was mentioned seasons ago. It's just now
Absolutely.
coming out, and Tisha, by her making that comment in the last episode, that there was a time, they didn't know if they was going to stay married or not. Well, you don't say. How come we didn't see nothing on the show where y'all was arguing or not getting along or trying to resolve it? Y'all want to come back on screen now that y'all done made up to give us this image of a happy family? What about folks
Uh-uh.
that don't know how to resolve? We want to know what happened, but we ain't
Absolutely.
gonna forget Kiki. I know I'm not gonna forget Kiki. 'Cause,
But
honey,
that's
I
what they
was
want us to
mad. I was
forget. They
Yeah,
want us to
yeah,
forget it, just like they want
yeah.
us to forget everything else. And that's the thing about when it comes to this show right here. The things that they don't like that does not put them in a good light, they'll take it and they want us to forget that this never happened, sweep it under the rug. We ain't gonna sweep that under the rug because she played a major part of a lot of stuff that was going on.
Miss Gail Friend said they did do a memory of when she passed. They did a
Or they
memory
did.
of on the show. I
I
know
ain't never heard
there was
nobody
a
talk.
private. Yeah, I never heard nobody get commentary on it. I haven't seen. I'm talking about see it up on the screen like they do on the other shows when a cast member pass away. They put a memory of. Now I know there was a private memory held by her family member where they released balloons, but I'm talking about on this show. We cannot do the Purple Princess like that. So, I don't know. They did a photo at the end. I have to go back and check, Gail. If it
Hmm.
is, I have to go back and check, and that even adds to more to the point that you said, Lady D. If they did put a photo up at the end of one of the episodes, when Melody met with Marsau and Tisha, that would have been the time for her to give her condolences. And that's
Absolutely.
how you know what I'm saying? It shows a person with a heart softening. I know your family went. You know what I'm saying? And then we can go ahead and talk about the fake stuff. The other stuff.
Yeah,
So
she
I
just
don't
came
know.
in talking about Marcel. Yeah, you're right. Came in talking about Martell, but that was a chance, and at least talk about something that give some type of accountability to show us that these people they are friends, but
Mhm.
they didn't talk about nothing. All the stuff that they did to each other for almost how
Mhm.
many seasons? 7 seasons, and then just
It's
took all that and just pushed it under the rug.
And they keep saying season nine. Somebody got in my comments one time to try to argue me. I told them they didn't know how to count. They told me I didn't. I said we are on season nine. I said they skipped season seven. And she said,
Mm-hmm.
honey, that was a whole to do about nothing. And I told her apparently she don't know how to count. But Jen Adams said they did. It was her name and date of passing. It was very brief. So thank you
Mm-hmm.
for that, Jen and girlfriends. But see, Melody could have come in and gave her condolences to them. But all of them was happy to have Kiki up off of that because Kiki was telling the truth. Remember that at the
Mm-hmm.
reunion? When Melody when Tisha said, Kiki, didn't you say Melody said she was having people down in City Hall run a background check on us? And
Mm-hmm.
then Kiki sat there on stage and said, I don't recall. And then Melody
Wow.
gave that look like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? That's back when people ain't gonna remember because it's not shown on TV. It was shown on YouTube. They
Okay.
were showing,
They didn't
yeah,
okay.
yeah. This was content created. Well, that part that I just mentioned, that was on the show at the reunion on stage. But the stuff that people's background was shown on YouTube. So
So
they were
they
showing
were
that
saying that who was the one pulling up the background?
Tisha had said, well, Tisha had asked Kiki, like told Kiki up on stage. She said, didn't you say Mel was having someone from the city uh, pull up our background? That was Tisha.
Mm-hmm.
Tisha made that comment to Kiki. They were all at the reunion sitting on stage, and Kiki's response was, I don't recall.
Wow.
I don't recall. And Melody never said anything. They just, panned the camera to Melody to show her face, her
Mm-hmm.
facial expression.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I don't understand why would Kiki even not Kiki rest her heart. Why would Tisha even side with Melody all this issues that they got? They got so many issues that they need to talk about, before they can move on, because it doesn't seem it seems so fake. You and I, we've been fighting from day one, and now
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden we're having this kubayan moment. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the issues that we had. Why I called you, that you have a dark soul, and then we can be able to move on. But if I know that a
Mm-hmm.
person would had went to the end of the earth to make my life a living hell, you couldn't even touch my husband. The only thing that my husband could do to you is give you a handshake, and barely a handshake
Right.
with two fingers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
and that's why they call her weak, because the stuff that she allowed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's make this money, babe. Just forget about it, babe. But it making you look
Right.
a fool.
Let it go. Right. Right. It definitely is. It ain't no way in the world. But look, what's that saying? My enemy's enemy is my friend.
Absolutely.
They won't Martell off that show by any means necessary. And I don't need nobody getting up in here talking about I hope you don't have no daughters and the advice you're giving. Look, let me tell you something. I'll fight a man back if he hit me, but I know I can't whoop no man, so that mean I
Hmm.
gotta grab a weapon. So that mean I'm gonna take his life. Now that's for real. I don't support no man putting no hand on a woman. And as a survivor, I have PTSD, so I don't even engage with men to antagonize them. That's why I'm saying women that claim that they have been abused physically, I know there are all types of abuse. So I need y'all to stop with that saying it's more than physical. There's mental and emotional. I know all of that. But when we're thinking about domestic violence and abuse, we're thinking about physical that is causing you physical harm. You're having to go
Hmm.
to the hospital and receive treatment, or or you suffering in silence and being hidden away from your family to isolate you. Women that have experienced that, we're not going to readily engage a man and antagonize him and call him out his name and want to start a fight. I'm not going to start a fight. But I know one thing, as soon as a man starts raising his voice, you better believe misbehaving is grabbing a weapon. Honey, I'm looking for a weapon, and I already know I can't hit you one time until you fall and grab your head. I gotta beat you till you ain't breathing no more. That's how serious this is.
Absolutely.
Honey, okay, I don't play. I tell them, don't be playing with these men, and you can't too much play with women.
Mm-hmm.
Emotions are real. You can't play with people's emotion. People
Their
have
feelings,
lost their
yeah.
lives, especially if they love you, whether it's a man or a woman. If they love you and you playing with their heart, you know that they want to be back with you, but you don't want them at all. You just want to just poke at them and poke at them. Honey, them
Yeah.
folks will lose their mind and take your life. So we're gonna have to resolve some stuff. And for those of you and Lady D, you know you my girl, but I'm gonna tell you too, because you never see what Tisha does.
Mhm.
Tisha and Melody
Somebody
were
just said
in.
Tisha does not do anything. Okay, so go ahead and let me have it. Somebody,
Yeah,
Patrina says so. I don't think
Patrina
Melody
said it.
did
Let me
anything to.
highlight
Mm-hmm.
it.
So
Here,
let me have
Patrina.
it.
Patrina, I'm gonna highlight you, baby. You said so. I don't think Melody did anything to Tisha. Let me tell you something, Patrina. Melody and Letitia were mutual combatants in this thing called destroying somebody's marriage. I know 75% of people feel like Melody put her marriage out there. She knew her husband was cheating. She put it up there on television, so it's fair game. But there are, if Carlos and his producers wanted to be fair, instead of that little clip that they just showed y'all this last episode, there are a lot of clips that they could show y'all where Tisha was attacking and making fun and gloating about the dysfunction in Melody's marriage. So they both were saying petty and hurtful things back to one another, whether it be in a confessional or if they came up to meet one another. So nobody's innocent in this. But the thing is, Tisha had stuff going on the whole time in her marriage. She turned a
Mm-hmm. So let me
a
have it. You
blind
told me it's
eye.
gonna let me. You told me it's gonna let me have it. Which is gonna tell me?
That's it right there. That whole little spiel that I gave. They were
Uh,
mutual combatants. It wasn't just Melody, because y'all love to say Melody was trying to destroy Tisha's marriage, tear down her marriage. No, they were attacking each other to let each other know. Melody was like, I know I'm married to a dog and I'm trying to get away from him, and I can't make up my mind if I want to stay or not. But you willingly accepting your dog and his dog behavior. So,
mm-hmm.
it's all on what type of woman you are. Like I said, Lady D, you have some women that don't know that they husband cheating, and then you got women that know that their husband is cheating and they don't care, and then you have those women that find out their husband is cheating and they leave. No woman, as a woman, we have no right to judge you, but we got an opinion and we gonna judge. But it's your life. That's your marriage. Whatever you choose to do, that's what's right for you. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Hmm. So can I answer it?
Yeah, go on and ask
Okay.
it.
First of all, the reason why when it comes to Tisha, I was sticking up for Tisha, like I said, I stick up for the truth, my truth. My truth might not be your truth, right? But the reason why, because they didn't start it off like that. They start off with a lie. Even Marcel said that, if I knew that the show was going to be about marriages, I don't think that I would have signed up for this. He said that at the reunion. It's not his word verbatim. But they thought that it was going to be about the core six coming together, and building up Huntsville. That's what the story was told to them. Okay. So the very first season, when they all came together at the table, it was supposed to be about getting the comeback group back together. But what Melody did, Melody chose to put her and Martell's infidelity on the table in front of something that's supposed to be about business. She made it personal. And where even Carlos King said, he knew about it, everybody else knew about it. Melody said to uh her castmates, let's not talk about, the infidelity. So they all agreed not to talk about it. So you can tell Tisha to talk about something where we all agree we're not going to talk about the infidelity. We was going just to talk about, building up Little Huntsville, because Carlos King said, he was through for a loop because, he didn't think that the very first season that Melody was going to go ahead and talk about, the cheating, and that's why I have a problem when it came to Melody, because she chose to go out there to the bloggers, to put her information out there. So if Tisha was not going to follow your blueprint and do the same thing, then you shouldn't have went to the end of the earth to make Tisha's life a living hell, because Tisha wasn't going to put her marriage out there for people entertainment. So that's why I was able to side with Tisha, because the agreement that they had made before they all stepped on the show.
Okay. All right. I hear you.
Okay.
Now
Can I
you
get an
see what Patrina
amen?
said. I might give you a Subaru.
But that was the agreement. If somebody agreement not to put our marriage on TV, then we all agree to it and we all signed because of what we agreed to. And then you wanted to go ahead and
Mhm.
change it. It doesn't work like that.
So what you're saying is because Melody didn't stick to the agreement, it was
Yes,
okay
yes.
for all these seasons for the other cast members to make commentary on their dysfunctional marriage. If I'm hearing you
But you
correctly,
see, the
that's what you're saying.
commentary came from Melody feeding it to the bloggers.
Oh,
And so
when
now I
I
don't have to say allegedly anymore, because, like I said, we got proof. If allegedly is if you don't have proof. We got Martell said that Melody fed it to the blogger. She put her personal business and she fed it to the bloggers.
lady, now you going to the bloggers. It's on the
No, I'm
show.
just saying
You,
what I'm saying what Martell said, that Melody had fed,
uh-huh.
about the marriage, the baby, Ariane, and she fed all
Uh-huh.
that to the bloggers. But
Oh, you're
the agreement
diverting.
was,
You're diverting. You're
mhm.
diverting, Lady
Come on,
D.
come
You're
on.
diverting.
Wait, before you say diverted, let me see what country checking your boo said. She said Lady D Martell X did question why Tisha didn't follow her absolutely blueprint. So why did Tisha chose to focus on Martell and his ex marriage rather than keep it on her marital problems?
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you, checking you, boo. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about. You,
checking your
that
boo.
lady, don't checking you, boo, gonna keep us both
Yeah, yeah,
honest.
yes,
But as a
yes,
look, as a regulator, I gotta keep all you hoes honest over here in the loving marriage business. Look,
yes.
Tisha, it's a lot of videos. It's not just this last one because somebody did commentary and tried to say that last video where Carlos showed the clip of Tisha making a comment about Melody's BMW, about what's her name, Ariana, having the same car. They're
Hmm.
gonna say, well, yeah, that comment was made after they were divorced. I said, no, baby, you late to the program. That didn't happen after they were divorced. They were still married, and it was during season one. There are a
Hmm.
lot of clips where Tisha was getting bucked. She wasn't acting meek and mild. She was getting bucked right back. And just like you said, Patrina, you've been watching the show from day one, and I can tell you have. And she said it was tit for tat. What Melody say, and then Tisha say. So now, y'all, we gonna get done. We done with the era of Melody and Martell. It is now Marsau Scott and Tisha Scott time to shine. Don't show us your marriage now that y'all didn't resolve whatever conflict it was. We want to
Hmm.
know what happened, who it was with, why your husband got to go clear his mind way over in Africa when any other time he like to go to Atlanta, Georgia? Why your husband had to go to Africa? That's all I want to know. And it's gonna be a lot of ruffle feathers. It's gonna be a lot of folks mad. I don't care. But don't nobody want big titty, wide back Marceau. But Marceau is slimming down now. He getting the surgery. I don't know if he went to Dr. Heavenly and had his teeth done because that top lip used to always curl. It always looked like he had receding gums up on the top, like he had false teeth. But them teeth starting to
Hmm.
sit pretty nice. I don't know. Go ahead, Lady D. Talk your
No,
stuff.
no, I'm just listening. I'm just listening, reading the comments. I'm just listening. I'm ready to move forward too from Melody and Martell, because now it's time for a whole new chapter. I'm ready too, but I
Mhm.
was just letting why, when it came to Letitia and Melody, I think Melody was poking. Don't ask me to talk about my marriage unless I'm willing and ready, because this is my life. This is not a reality show. This is not for people
Right.
entertainment. So if she was
Right.
willing to come
Right.
out and talk about it, then first of all, your marriage was already out there. Your marriage was toxic. You stayed in that marriage for almost 16 years or whatever, and out of the 16 years to 10 years, you had another woman. So your stuff was already out. My stuff, yes, he may have cheated, but it's still intact. So I'm not ready to share that. So that's how
Mhm.
I see it, and it's like she was trying to force it out me. And if she couldn't get it out of me, then she was trying to dig up some type of dirt, where she even got my cousin in to wanted to expose me. So that's all I'm looking for. That's just like, if I'm not ready to tell you certain things, then you don't go behind my back and try to dox me to get that information out of me. That's how I look at it.
Okay. I hear you, and I hear your point as well.
Until I'm
Honey,
ready to talk about it.
yeah. And they was hoping they would never have to talk about it, but you don't have to talk about it now. Because Martell letting the cat out the bag, baby.
Of
Martell,
course.
he did good though. I would say he did good because he wouldn't say anything for years. The only bad part is by him refusing to come out and disclose information and tell what was going on, now what is it, 5 years later? Now everybody's saying it's too late. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And honestly, I believe Melody did want him to come forward in the beginning to tell what he knew. But
Melody
because this
wanted
is
who
my
to come
thing,
for it? Who?
Martell, I believe she did want him to come forward in the beginning. Melody wanted Martell to come forward in the beginning and provide the proof that Marsau was cheating, but Martell would never do it. Now, here
Mhm.
we are. Now you got Melody, Marsau, and Tisha all linked up to form an alliance to
Mhm.
get rid of Martell. Now Martell coming out with the evidence now. So we think we ain't seen nothing yet. It's funny. Carlos and them, his producers, they know how to edit this show, don't they? They don't know how to let stuff just play out.
Mhm.
Let it play out.
I agree. That's what I was about to say. What Checking Your Boo says, ladies, keep in mind that Marceau was trying to cover Martell's cheating in the early season, aka the bro code. Martell said no more bro code, since Marcia kept rehearsing his past cheating hypocritically, and that's what I say. I think that um, what drew the line with Martell, and what set Martell out, because Martell kept telling Marcia, stop filming with my wife, or, pretty much, pick a side. You and I been loyal, we been, childhood friends, we got more in history when it comes to Melody. Melody was grafted into our relationship. So quite obvious, you're gonna say, oh, this is my friend, just like when it comes to Kent and the dude that he brought on the show. He sat there and said, I'm gonna ride with my friend. And that's how Martell felt that when it came to Marcia should have stood with him. But like I said, people are fair weather, especially when money is in the you know, is in the mix of it. Don't be my friend when everything is going good. And once everything, I done lost everything. Now you want to go ahead and you wants to pick a different side. And I think that's where Martell is angry at, because first of all, now you picking a side with my wife, and I've been telling you, to stay away from her, especially when it came to my wife calling, or Miss Van calling to go see about my wife, you giving her drink and all this other stuff. I would be upset too, I would be upset. So hey, all gloves are off. Tell it all now. They done
Right.
Martell dirty. They, to me, I feel that they have done him dirty when it all hands was dirty.
Right. And everybody benefited. Everybody benefited off the dysfunction and demise. And And we are, Patrina, we are, believe me, we are done with Melody and Martell's
Yes, we
marriage.
are. We are.
We're done with that. So now what we finna do is find out what are these other skeletons behind the scene they not showing us. Because yes, the show was supposed to have been about black business, and we know that ain't what it's about. It's about black mess.
Mhm.
About black men, because we never got anything on the television screen or what was the outcome of that 47 acres once Melody pulled on out and Chris sold it to that other company. We ain't even got a chance to see what was built on that 47
Absolutely, because it
acres.
was all about, Melody and Martell. That's why we couldn't see all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and even though they don't have anything to do with none of them have anything to do with 47 acres anymore. As a fan of the show, I would like to know what was the outcome. Was there
Mhm.
ever anything built on that 47 acres? I mean, it's been 5 years. It should be something built on there. But then again, I don't know. Marsau was building bedrock, building a new house over there in Bedrock. That's what I call a house. We ain't even seen the outcome of that. All we seen them do is renovate their current house. I mean, ain't nothing wrong
Mhm.
with it. It looks beautiful, but it's like Marceau starts these projects and he doesn't finish them.
Mhm.
Miss Gail France, uh, to you, you said again when the show started, the marriage was already over. Tisha had nothing to do with the end of the marriage.
Mhm.
I'm not one of those people that would accuse Tisha of ending their marriage. Martell is the one that ended their marriage.
Mhm.
Melody, the one, went ahead and pulled the plug.
Mhm.
If any of you are truly fans of my channel and you have listened to my videos, I provide commentary that wasn't always favorable to Melody. And my stance has always been I know a woman has a right to change her mind. But my thing is, as a fan, once I realized that what we were shown about the show from season one wasn't all the way accurate, I became disenchanted. But I realized, I learned that Martell had been fooling with that young woman for years. So I had begun saying she is no longer a mistress; she's a sister wife.
Absolutely,
Like this,
absolutely.
because I can understand, ladies. I know you can be in love and be happy, and your husband cheating, you want to give him a second chance because you want to keep your family together. Okay, I understand that. But then he goes and do it again, and you still won't stay with him. I'm like, God, dog, that ain't my business. That's her marriage. But if your husband been cheating with the same woman for more than a year or 2 years, that is now your sister wife. I know you may not agree with it, but there has to be reasons. And I've even said this: there's reasons that Melody stayed in that marriage. Maybe
Mhm.
she didn't have the, people say her and Martell were multimillionaires. So when they say that, I'm like, well, she had no excuse not to leave Martell. If they
Mhm.
were a millionaire, you have financial resources to go ahead and move. Because before I heard that, I made excuses. I said she stayed in that marriage because she had those kids. Martell's from that town. He has a lot of friends and family, and he's connected politically. And I said, and we know how men will stick together and women will take up for men, that if she had stepped away from that marriage with those kids, there was nobody there to help her. This show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, was her saving grace because it
Mhm.
gave her a platform to share her story and to put money in her pocket to take care of her kids. Now, none of us are privy to what goes on behind the scenes because they only show us what they want us to see and to know. But my thing is this: nobody had to provide a confessional commentary or show commentary on what Martell and Melody was going through. Yeah, she may have introduced it to the show, but nobody had to talk about it. They could have put their foot down and talked about what was going on in their lives, or the business ventures that they had going on, but they
Mhm.
chose not to. So now it's
Yep.
2024. We are
Mhm.
done. And now we ready for everybody to live their truth and tell us what the hell is going on. Now who
Yeah.
gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me, boo?
Well, let me try to check you. Let me try to check it. I understand. Patrina, she's absolutely right. She said I can't understand why she stayed because I myself been in the same situation. So, this is what I wanted to go ahead and talk about. When it comes to all that, which was talking, and we ready to move forward. We ready. Now it's about to be a whole new chapter. We already know that when it comes to the Scots got the ball in their hands. The mantle is in their hands. So now it's going to
Um,
be no more about Melody and Martell infidelity, which it will because now Martell going to let the head out the back. But this is what I was going to say. Did you watch that AI little thing that I had went ahead and dropped? It was just a little short. Did you see the AI?
is it the one where the woman had a beard, the
Yes, yes,
investigation?
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
I
yes,
watched
yes, yes. So if you had watched that, it would show you how you could emasculate it and a man could go through so much in the house because some men cry in silence because
that.
they're not going to come out and say, oh, I'm living in an abusive situation or toxic situation. They're not going to say that. And a woman, we're going to let the whole world know that we being abused, and because we
Mhm,
be emotional people. So that's why when people come out and sit there and say, when it comes to AI is the future now. So you're not going to dim it down when it comes to stuff like this, and it may not mean nothing to you, but it means something to me. So I'm not going to let nobody try to dumb it
mhm,
down when I know I am a visual person, and I know how to sit there and bring things to life, so that means a lot. But when it comes to Melody and Martell, the reason why we can't move forward because we allow these people keep sitting there, keep changing the narratives, even though it's the same story, but they twisting it 102 different ways where we can't really know exactly what's going on with other people's lives. But when it comes to them too, it was more of a business marriage. Melody, I truly believe, that she was in and out because she already said when she won her peace, she don't go just like one of my mods said. She does not go and take a bubble bath. She goes and she gets her a hotel. What man is going to let his wife, when she feel like she wants to have a peace, to go and turn the knob to a hotel? I don't know what the heck you doing in that hotel. You ain't taking your children. Now, if you want your peace, and it look like you should want your children to have a peace too. But according to what they put out, because they put their business out, I know when it comes to especially Southern men, if they out there tearing down and building up from a hard day's work, come home, seeing their wives done checked out, not cooking, got her mom over there looking for food, and he got to come home and he got to tuck the kids in the bed, help the kids with their homework, also feed the kids. What the purpose of you having a wife? Now he should have done it the right way, but like I said, it's not easy as saying when all your businesses is tied up, in your marriage. So maybe they stayed married, just like Tisha and her husband, Trisha and her husband, because maybe it was business. But the thing about it is that when it came to this reality show right here, the reason why they do not want Ariane on, because she would tell you that these people was not together in the very beginning. These people already was separated. So that's why, we can't move on, because nobody wants to address this big elephant. Did Martell cheated? Yeah, he might have cheated, but did she push them out? Yes, she most likely pushed them out. Is a man supposed to stay in that marriage? No. If you're not happy, then leave. Why he didn't divorce? Because it was more of a business marriage. That's how I see it, Misbehaving.
okay, okay, I hear you. Girlfriend, you said Mel sold the land. Chris told Martell, and he was pissed. You know what Martell was pissed about is because the developers that Chris was going, that the land was sold to, they wanted Melody to be the face like of the houses that they were building. But
Hmm.
when Chris went to Melody first and told her about it, Melody asked Chris, did he talk to Martell? Because that was something Martell really wanted to do, and she wanted Martell included on it.
Not to look,
When
not to cut
Chris
you
went,
off, not to cut you off, but listen to see what Clinique, what is she's talking about? A pick me panel? What is she's talking about? I hate when people, they just don't know how to agree to disagree.
I'll go back to her. That's probably clicks and view. I dropped the link for her if she want to come up over here.
Yeah,
Honey, I ain't never, you know, the thing is with this pick me thing, you know, women, you can also be pick me's for another woman. You want to be
absolutely.
part of the in crowd. And let me tell you something. I dropped the link for you, clicks and views. And you know what? Actually, I take that as a badge of honor when folks say a pick me panel. Yeah, that's right. I pick me, myself. That's who I
Absolutely.
pick. I pick me, myself, to have the wherewithal and the intelligence to walk away from a motherfucker that don't mean me no good. That's what I pick. Me, myself. I pick me and my child or my children over anybody else or dysfunction. Let me tell you something. If I love you and honor you and protect you, you need to do the same thing. If a man chooses not to do that for you, then you need to get on. You ain't got to sit
Absolutely.
around and be miserable and unhappy. What good is it to say that I'm married? I's a wife. I got a husband.
Tell me
My
about it.
husband is going to work every day and he doing this for me. You can't even spend time with that mofo. He'd rather cat around in the streets with hoes in the city than to spend his off time from work at home loving on you or spending time with his children or getting to know his children. You damn right, clicks and view. Girl, don't be scared. Come on, anybody can
That's
hit
it.
that link.
That's it. And Patrina, like I said, first of all, I don't bite my tongue. I'm gonna tell it like it is. Now she asked a question right here because, like I said,
Oh,
she asked the
scary
question of
ass.
business marriage and two babies later. Make that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
A business marriage and two babies later. So I don't. What is she talking about? Is she talking about because Melody had a baby? That's what she's talking about, a business marriage and two babies later. Like I said, these people was already in a toxic relationship. If she's talking about Ariane had
Mm-hmm.
a baby and Melody had a baby, they had babies.
Right, right.
Don't get me started according to what they put out. So, like I said, Melody
And they
may
trying
had
to
when
trap
she came
us.
in.
They
Huh?
trying
What
to
you said? Trying to keep it. We're trying to do
I
what?
said they trying to trap us to they're trying to trap us to keep us talking about Melanie and Martell. We done
Oh
moved on.
yeah,
We want to
yeah,
find out what's
yeah,
going on with
yeah,
Letitia and Marsau.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. But checking you, boo. I hear you on season one. All of them acted stupid and tried to act like they didn't know that what was going on in the Holtz marriage. They all tried to fake pretend, and that's why Melody would do the extras at the reunion. Ain't that
Mm-hmm.
something? He knew the husband was cheating, and you still
Mm-hmm.
hanging out with the wife. You know what I'm saying? So we passed that. I'm not about to get
Yeah,
roped into that. We want to
yeah.
talk about the new stars of the show, Marsau and Letitia Scott. Yeah, that's why I got them up here on the screen. We want to find out what's going on with y'all. We didn't had it. I'm not saying Melanie and Martell need to be kicked off the show because Martell needs to get his lick back on Marsau.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to know what happened. What happened that y'all was about to get divorced a year ago? Why is it that a man that's been married 18 years, you don't even know when your son graduated? You don't know when he taken a senior portrait. You didn't know when he was 10 years old, he was allergic to peanuts. You
Ain't that
always
something?
constantly referring to your children as Tisha's kids.
Mm-mm-mm.
Honey, we ain't, that's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. Now the rumors say he like women that's unmelanated. I don't know how true that is. They said that white woman that was on one of his advertisements for Scope where they was breaking ground happened to be a lady he took a fancy to. I don't know. I don't care if the woman is white black, purple, or myrtle. Honey, if you don't want to be in your marriage, go ahead and divorce. Now, if you got a wife or a husband that don't mind and want to let you cheat in peace, then go ahead. But we want to see everything because they really ain't showing business. What did I
Mm-hmm.
say on your panel, Lady D, about Kimmy being a registered nurse? This
They don't.
show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, aired in 2019. The
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, the height of the pandemic was in 2020. We didn't hear nothing about what Kimmy was doing during the pandemic as a registered nurse. You know, how did that affect her, impact her? How did that impact her patients? We never saw nothing. For years, everybody been skating by. It's 2024. We tired of y'all skating. Come on and
Absolutely.
show us the action. And I'm done. There you go.
Absolutely. You absolutely. And that's what we want to do. We ready to move on. And they already has said, they building up, we already see what Mart so is doing, he's putting it on Instagram, how, he's picking up businesses and stuff like that, but the thing about it, will Martell allow him to go forward without Martell if Marceau got the ball in his hands? Will Martell allow him to build? Maybe Martell might do it because Martell he's a softie, he got a soft heart. Okay, look, let's go ahead and let's build in this community, or let's get these bags and, start building and put this show back on track. Maybe he might agree to it because we already know when it came to Martell and Ariane, they were showing, when they was building up that little home that they have. I don't know if they sold it or not, but you remember when they was building that up. So, you know, that will put it back on track of what the show's supposed to be about: Black entrepreneurs coming together and building up in their community. Because Martell, I don't know if he sold that house or not, but you remember when Ariane and Martell was at the house cleaning up. You remember that one, right? The one that they was showing to Sunny and Destiny. You remember the little house that they was building?
Yes, I remember. Oh, is that the same house? Because
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
Sonny and Moses was. Because I remember them showing a clip. I think I saw it
Yes, yes.
online.
So
Okay,
if
I
they can,
want.
they can get back together, all the men, and start building. Look, Chris, he's a real estate. Martell and Marcel, they can do it. Put it back on track.
Mhm.
I would like to see it.
And then
You will watch.
yeah, I will watch it. I'm also gonna watch that. We can all watch episode 2 of season 1 too. See, episode 1 and 2. I love it. We'll do commentary. We'll do commentary on it. But yeah, it was bad acting. They were shocked. But yes, I would watch them building houses. Even if we did have a little mess, I would still watch them building houses or doing
Hmm.
business in general. If everybody multimillionaires and they got a lot going on, because I've heard content creators talking about shut down Love and Marriage Huntsville for 2 years, and let's see where Melody and Martell are 2 years from now, what they'll have going on.
Hmm.
What? Okay, well, shut it down. But my thing is this: if there's so much business going on outside the show, how come it's not being shown on the show? That little
Absolutely.
panel that Carlos did for the NAACP with Marsau, Letitia, Maurice, and Kimmy, and where Kimmy shared that they own several properties on
Hmm.
North Side Huntsville, and Marceau said they sell own several properties also. Why is that not being shown on the show?
Because it's
Shown
all
on the
about it's
show,
all about Melody and Martell business. That's why I
but
can't be sure.
but
Because
it
Kimmy,
doesn't
don't
have.
Kimmy say she got six business, and Martell got nine, right?
But Lady D, they are using Melody and Martell as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
They can put
Hmm.
their foot down and demand that their businesses be shown. They are using them. I'm telling you, they're using both of them as a scapegoat. Ain't
Hmm.
no way in the world you had 4 Scotts against 2 Holts. They have the numbers. Demand to show some of that. Just
Hmm.
like when those, and I'm sorry for over talking you because I respect everybody's opinion, but I no, we are not going to continue to use them as the reason why that's all everybody want to talk about or what they want to show. They can demand that other folks' business be talked about and show their businesses that they're involved in. Carlos just want this damn show to be messy. He want it
Mhm.
messy like this.
So
No,
you don't think that it's the fans that's, because most of the stuff that we talk about is on, it's not on the show, so you don't think that. But then again, you absolutely right. You got how many? Four, five, six people now, six new people. We
mhm,
got the Fletchers, we got the Scotts, that's right there, that's
mhm,
four together, so that's six. Then we got Destiny, who else we got Tisha and Ken, so that's about eight or
mhm,
nine right there compared to Melody and Martell. So I think that they can get it on board. It does not have to be all about Melody and
mhm,
Martell. But the thing about it is that when it comes to Carlos King got to get it straight, which he did, because you remember when he had the panel when it was on the NAACP, when he was talking about, that most likely the Scots going to have the show, but he got to tell it to the fans because the fans keep thinking that this show is all about Melody. Like I said, Melody does not cut the checks. Melody and Martell both was EP during the first season, maybe all the way up to the third season. After that, not Martell, Carlos King went ahead and he took the reins from that. But what I'm trying to say is that you got to stop Melody from showing so many scenes, just like when she wasn't at that event. You remember the field day event? She wasn't at the event, but once they showed her going through every last one of the cast. The producers should have stopped that. Look, if you didn't show at the film, at this field day they had, then you shouldn't have got no air time to run through every castmate. Every time when they showed her, she was getting paid because they get paid every episode. You see where I'm going with that? So it's got to be the producer.
mhm.
He need to start firing his producers too. Get a whole new set of producers.
Yeah, yeah. Mm, mm, mm. uh, I'm. They're talking about Alonda Coleslaw sister and cousin. I
Yeah, I
guess
saw that.
those are. Yeah, I guess
That's that's
so.
that's not that's not who it was. That's who they think it was.
Mm,
Tell them to join the
mm,
membership. They
mm.
might can get the real deal. Okay.
Right. Join unapologetic. Matter of fact, let me highlight your
I
channel
might
too.
show you. I might show you a little face.
Unapologetic. You gonna show them a little bit?
A little
I'm
face
I'm
of
gonna
it.
drop
Right.
you a link up in the chat. Unapologetic. Go ahead and talk, Lady D. It was a young
No.
lady up in there. Clicks and views. I don't need your opinion. You can have an opinion, but why would you want to change somebody's views and ideologies? My views are this: I can never be a pick me because I'm not caping for no man. If a man is doing wrong, just like I'm not finna cape for no woman. See, that's the problem. You should be comfortable in what your opinions and viewpoints are, where you
Hmm.
don't need the validation of others to think like you. You don't need to be a group thing.
Absolutely.
Be comfortable having a discussion where you can agree to disagree with a person. So just because somebody call me a pick me, baby, I'm changed. It ain't no stigma to that. Pick me means pick you, ladies. Pick me to mean pick yourself. You don't have to be the doormat for nobody. Y'all crazy up out of here. Y'all want to see what's wrong with the other person that you dislike that you can't see what's wrong with the person that you like and you support. Nobody on this cast is innocent or perfect. They signed up for this show. All I'm saying is I'm tired of hearing about Melody and Martell and what they went through. So now we got a new number one star. That's Marsau Scott. So I want to hear what's going going on. Don't think you're
Mhm.
gonna slide that in and say we was about to get divorced, but we leave each other, but we decided to stay together. Well, you don't say. Y'all spent all this time talking about Melody and Martell, and y'all had some stuff going on that ain't nobody know about. But now and they can throw in the building houses and the businesses that they're operating. I don't suggest. Now we all know Miss Nail has a business that been in business for 30 years dealing with children. I don't advise her to show that business no more.
No, not at all, not at all. Nuh-uh.
I really don't advise her.
Don't show my children, and don't show the
Yeah,
address, especially if my kids going there.
yeah.
These people are unhinged and crazy. They'll show up at the daycare center. These
Uh-huh.
YouTubers.
Yeah, and checking you, boo. Thank you. We'll watch them because I don't remember them episodes. I remember everybody act like they didn't know. That's why it was easy to fool us fans like me in the beginning. But then when information started leaking out on the back end, whether it be from Arion or content creators here on YouTube, it was because they were sharing that information. And then when she did the interview with Tasha K, so that's what you was like, wait a minute, I was sold a fake story. Here I am thinking this is something happening now in real time. But again, I'm not going back there because I want to focus on the two new stars of the show. But checking
Absolutely.
you, boo. I will definitely recheck out those videos for you, and we'll provide some commentary on it. But I want to keep the focus on Letitia and Marsau because according to they didn't got a raise. And Tisha's words when she was sitting up on Carlos' panel, you paying us. And you paying us good. And Carlos always say he done made millionaires. So baby, you gotta earn that money because Carlos ain't paying you just to sit there and be a commentator.
Mhm.
Baby, you are the main course. You are no longer an entree. You are the main course. So we want to know what's going on.
So what you think about this right here, Miss Behaven? So when the Scots come back on, I'm talking about when they start the new, they new season. Would you want to hear
Mhm.
in the beginning them go ahead and get out all this rumors, or just go out there grind and getting the businesses together? What you want to see first? Just let the stuff go since it happened years ago, or get this out and just focus on doing what they're supposed to do, and let's get the show back on track.
I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't want to see the mess because I want to hear about everybody
Hmm.
else's marriage too. But I do want to see them doing business. I do. I want to see them building things, closing businesses. Uh, what's the outcome of the house that Marceau was trying to build over there in Bedrock? Did he ever get those rocks cleared off on where
Hmm.
Scott Manor was supposed to be built? Some people say that it has been built. We haven't, are we going to see that? Could have seen men in action actually building? And more than just this, what's going on. But Martell and Melody, they need their lick back too. Y'all use their marriage, so it's only fair game. Why, why,
Hmm.
why, why is everybody focused on not tearing down a marriage now? Or
Absolutely.
focusing on the marriage. And I hate to use the word tearing down a marriage because their marriage was
Hmm.
already it was over with. But
Hmm.
my thing is, everybody latched on and talked about their marriage and made commentary. There's an episode where Kimmy Marceau said, "Guess who came down the black sashaying on in?" And
Hmm.
Kimmy said, "Who? Martell?" That came out of Kimmy's mouth. That's on the
Wow.
episode. Oh
Wow.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's a lot of episodes like that. So my thing is this: why? That's like you being in a group of people at a work site, or I can equate it to school. Remember being in school, and I always hated when the professor would put us in groups where we had to do a class project. And you doing the brunt of the work, and you got folks piggybacking and ain't even putting they all into the assignment, but they get the same grade as you.
Hmm.
Baby. I tug this boat. It's time for you to put some muscle in the game. So that's all this is right now. So we
Hmm.
we we're not about to do that. We not about to do that. Martell, you better tell it. You should have told it back then. You didn't. I don't care if it's too late. Let's get all the skeletons out the closet until there's no more. And we can still do business.
Hmm.
But y'all know Carlos don't want to show no business. He want to show the mess.
That's it. But I just can't see another marriage destroyed. But I think now that this is how I would do it, because they be taking our talking points anyway. Call us king. Look, he need to put us on the books, especially when it comes to these scripted show. I think that when it starts for the next season, I think it's going. I don't know if it's going to be 8 or 9 because they already in a jump 7. What I would think they should do is go ahead and have a therapist on deck. So
Mm-hmm.
go straight into therapy. Go straight into it. When it comes to Tisha and Marsau, and they go ahead and talk about the difference and all the stuff that is going on and the rumors that's going on and build off of that. Just like how Destiny, how Destiny, when she comes on, what is Mental Monday, when she have a therapist on deck,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it should open up when it comes to the next season, because we already know that it, people wants to know, what's going on. Why are you
Mm-hmm.
covering for your husband? Talk to a therapist, and talk those issues out where we can stop some of the bloggers talking about stuff that, they really not privy to. They just get, third hand information, but who could tell their story better than the ones that's going through it. So that's how I will open up, with them right there in counseling.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Look, and you see, yeah, we haven't seen. Hey, Divine Film, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Melissa Poe. What you say, Melissa? You said Carlos don't pay Melody. She works directly for OWN. Oh, okay.
But without callers,
Oh,
she wouldn't be with Owen, because callers the one opened the door. And that's the part that I
mm,
don't like. I don't like how people, you forget the hand that got you there, the ladder that you used to get there. And I truly
mm-hmm.
believe when it comes to Callers King got the last word.
Think he gonna have the last laugh?
He gonna have the last word. Yeah. If Callers does not want Melody on there, Melody won't be on there. If Melody does not film with the entire cast, Melody should not be on that show. Nobody is going to film around Melody anymore. That's it. We don't let her drive that
Uh,
trauma bonding train for so long.
but it wasn't just her. The Scots rode on that train too and got
They
rich.
wrote on it.
But
That's why I say when they open up, instead of following Martell and Melody's blueprint, they should open up
mhm.
talking to a therapist. You see?
Right, right, right. They
Yeah.
should have.
Yes. So open up like that. Don't just
Uh-huh.
sit there and yell at each other, which Tisha is not going to go down in the gutter the way that Melody went ahead and emasculate Martell. She's not going to do that. And Marcel is not going to do that to Tisha. The best way to go ahead and nip that in bud, everybody talks to a therapist. That's the only way that we can nip all this outside noise. That's how I see it. Because I don't want to see Tisha when they open up. I heard you was cheating. I got pictures. I don't want to hear that. Okay, talk about it. Run with your story before everybody else run with it. If you open it up, you kind of see where I'm going.
I hear you, Lady D. I hear you.
Just It's just like if somebody say they know some information about us. Who gonna tell it better? The ones that been through it. You can't tell my story better than me, right?
Right. That's
So if you
true.
got all this stuff that's going on out there, who you was with, even when you was in Africa, then all the stuff that is going on right now, that's not on this show right now, put it on the show, but put it in front of someone that is professional.
Right.
That's how I see
So,
it.
well, let's see when the new season airs. I told you Carlos treat us like crackhead, but Carlos got a boss too. So never say never about Melody not being on that show.
Well,
Look,
all I just know is what I heard is that it's about to turn. It's
what you
about to
hear?
turn, and I don't think Melody want to leave, and I don't think she's gonna leave. Where's she gonna go? Because I don't think that they going to go to whatever she got going on. Is she got anything going on with Nubian Network?
You know what? I don't know. I haven't heard any of the millimeters make any commentary. But let me address clicks and views. Clicks and views said misbehavior in Wanda's voice. Okay. Don't worry. Even my girl Lady D sometimes call me misbehavior. She used to call me misbehavior for the longest time. Said this was entertaining. Maybe one day we could have a one-on-one debate. Yeah, we can. Clicks and views. We can. I tried to invite you up, but we can. But I don't know what we'd be debating because Martell and Melody are happily divorced and they have moved on. And so, hell, all I'm advocating for is that I know that the premise, the basis of Love and Marriage Huntsville, the success is because everybody talked about the divorce and the cheating and so forth. And we, the fans, are done. We are tired of it. But
Me
now that
too.
Tisha done let this little tidbit out, I mean, you could see it throughout the shows, different things that it makes sense. How a man don't know his child is allergic to peanut butter, and the child is 10 years old, and y'all been married 18 years, and you married Tisha. You know, he said he proposed to Tisha. It don't take a man long to know when he want to marry a woman. He claimed he uh, got engaged to Tisha, you know, and they wasn't even dating long. So yeah, but I just want there to be fairness throughout. Yeah, we can talk about the affair a little bit, and y'all go to unapologetic real talk. And matter of fact,
I'm
I'm gonna
good.
drop her link.
I'm good.
What for your membership? You ain't gonna say nothing.
Hum.
You ain't gonna say nothing like
Oh,
that.
I thought you was
Huh?
talking
Don't
about.
be talking about huh?
No, I'm thinking you was talking about what I'm looking at right now.
Africa.
I'm ready to move on from that right there when it comes to Martell and Melody. Now we want to talk about
Yeah, yeah. We
yeah,
moving on. I'm gonna get down.
huh? Yeah. Now if she
Okay, I
want to,
put your channel in there. I want
yeah.
somebody.
Okay. Thank you. Here. But yeah, so what's your
Yeah.
thoughts about it? What you think about it? Do you think that that's how they should go ahead and open up, go directly into counseling?
But the thing is, if they open up the episode with them talking to a counselor, they got to give us how did you get there to the counselor? What happened that required you to go to the counselor? But because remember when Dr. Francis was on the show, Letitia and Marsau showed up late to that couples event.
Yeah, I
The
remember.
one remember when Lewis and Tiffany were still on there, and I noticed how all of the the Scott couples, like they tried to nitpick Lewis and Tiffany about her being on a business call and not opening it up, but none of them really were sharing what was going on with them. So my thing is this: if you can open up a scene with them being talking to a counselor, but we have to see or know what the issue was be requiring them to go to the counselor, because it's not going to make any sense. Y'all haven't talked about Kiki. Y'all just had a meeting with Melody about Martell and how he's a liar and how Martell's deceitful, and then all of a sudden now y'all gonna open up at a counselor's office. Carlos and his producer, whoever the showrunner is, whatever, they're gonna have to have some cohesiveness. So we need to find out what was y'all about to divorce about, because
Mhm.
it still appears as if they still need counseling and that they ain't together really. I mean, they might
Mhm.
be together right now and done the work, but from what we're seeing on the show right now, something is off and it's not quite right.
Mhm. Yep, because he told that to Martell. You remember when he said, I could have went ahead and divorced, but I chose to stay in my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So they ain't nobody ever talked about what he chose to divorce for. Why? Nobody talked about that. Why he was so depressed where he need to go to Africa. Nobody talked about that. But like I said, they gonna have to talk about it now if
Right.
they got the ball in their hands, right?
Right. That's right. That's right. That's right. They sure. And what you say, I want the reality, not fake storylines. That's right.
Absolutely.
Scripted reality.
A pin up what Deborah said. What Deborah Jones.
Mm.
You see what Deborah Jones says?
Deborah's at the bottom. Deborah Jones. Okay,
She's
I'm
at the
coming to the
last
bottom.
comment. That's it. That's it.
There
That's
you
the
go.
bottom line. That's the one got all that mess stirring up on YouTube.
Hmm. They need to. Yep. But I could have sworn, didn't Carlos say a couple of months ago, or we may have been talking about that, like he needs help, people that he can trust, that
Mhm.
has his best interest in mind. But I don't know. Maybe you. I don't want to say this, but I don't want to say this, but I got to. No, I'm gonna follow my first mind. I'm not gonna say it. All I need to know, all I need to say is this: it's hard for people that are not married. If you are not married or you have not gone through with what any of these couples have gone through, you cannot properly provide a storyline or produce that scene because you don't know what it feels. You're just giving an opinion, an observation of what you see as a guest, as an onlooker, someone looking at, and you're assuming they're assuming this is how people react in marriages where cheating has occurred, or I, I don't know. I may not be explaining myself correctly, but I don't know, or maybe too many other producers have developed friendship with the cast members that they don't want to show that cast member in a bad light. Maybe they,
Mhm.
maybe
What I
they've
think,
blurred the line.
I don't know. What I think is that when it comes to the producers, and that's just my opinion, from all the stuff that is out there, I think that they all was riding for Melody. And I also think they were helping content creators to get the information out, that was supposed to be, private, supposed to be not aired yet, even down to the makeup artist. I think that they were leaking information too. So what I would do if I was Carlos King, I would just go ahead, and if Tisha and Marsau now have the ball in their hands, what I would do is ask for a
Mm-hmm.
whole new production team. I wouldn't even want to work with this team anymore because I felt that
Mm-hmm.
they were more siding when it came to Melody. So he need a whole new
Right.
shake-up team. That's the only way that they're gonna be able to get the ball rolling because most of these content creators, they have been privy to a lot of information where we ask how did they get it, but sooner or later,
Mm-hmm.
it comes out, even down to the hairdressers. So he need to go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and regroup and shake it off and get an ironclad, contract when it comes to them. Yep, sabotage.
I
And I
think
know
that you
about
did.
sabotage. They'll sabotage your business. Oh yes, honey. They will, especially when people want what you got. Now we know exactly Melody want what he got. That's why she went ahead and started up Nubian Network. Why would you want to go ahead and help somebody else's house when you trying to build up a house off of somebody else's house? Some house got to be tore down, because you can't work in your house and work in somebody else's house. Some house gonna be undone.
Right.
So if I was Carlos King, if Melody got something going on, she got Nubian Network. Then I saw someone said that, she out there doing movies. Then hey, why are you still hanging here when you don't like filming with these people?
Mm-hmm.
And we
Well,
ready to get
it's
on
just
track. We ready to get back on track. We want to know what's going on, with the African trip, right?
I sure do. Hey, Lady D. Next time you do a video, I want you to have on your African garb.
I
Put
sure
on put on
will.
a crown, yeah, and put a little staff, a wooden staff, up in your hand, like you sitting up there. Like how the mother was on Black Panther. I want you to sit up there and do your commentary.
I sure will,
Your
girl.
commentary.
I sure will, honey. Because, honey, we're gonna get to the bottom
Uh,
that and if I can get at least about I'm not asking for 2 minutes. All if I can get six members,
you
membership,
look.
60.
Did you hear Jen Adams? She said, "Now I was with you to this spill on mail."
Who she talking about? Me?
Yeah,
The spill on Mel, what she's talking about?
she was with you there. You got to talking that
Oh,
spill on mail,
oh, she
where
don't want you to talk about Mel. She don't want you to talk about Mel?
you got to
Huh?
talk about she may not have a choice to leave, and what about her Nubian TV? I
Yeah,
think
what
it's some
about
stuff
Nubian?
cooking,
Yeah, what about that?
but I think it's some stuff cooking. I don't know for certain, but I think it's some stuff cooking. We just don't know about it. We just don't know.
Mhm.
I'm telling you. But yeah, we want to bring on the African trip. Bring on the Africans because everybody had an African at one time. Carlos had an African, Marlo
Oh my
African,
God, he sure
Sheree
do it. Oh my God,
Air.
Carlos, you might know a lot about what's going on then, huh? Oh,
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot he's
yeah.
African Boo.
hmm
Oh
You
my
you
God.
you know it's a lot of look, baby. You know it's a lot of men out here. A lot of men out here. That's what's that word? Terrence giving you the real tea. He like to flick his fan and
Mhm.
say it have on there trade. It's a lot of men out there that seem and sound masculine like Dustin Ross, but baby, they betting for the other team. They don't want no women, baby. They want some hokey pokey. They don't want no
Mhm.
catfish. They want that hokey pokey.
Mhm.
Yeah, Carlos was over there in Africa, Mother Africa, that
I
is. What's
forgot,
over there?
honey. I
Uh,
forgot. Mm,
what
mm, mm.
happened? What happened?
Mhm.
What you
Mm.
say, Jen? Jen said the comparison between Mel and Carlos and a couple of other comments. Oh, okay. She said yeah, Mel is doing her own thing, but Carlos, he might be getting a big head. I had that video. I said it as to Carlos a gatekeeper. He been in the business a long time.
20
Carlos
something
claimed
years.
he claimed he loved the girls. I don't know. He loved the girls to make him some money. I don't know. Something going on, Lady D. Something going on. And I wouldn't count Melody out just yet. It's something going on behind the scenes, especially with her linking up with the Scots. Because my thing is this: how can you be mad at Martell when Melody was saying things also?
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's going to turn now. I think
Is it?
next week is going to turn. And at the reunion, we heard, all this right here is alleged. Like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight right here. But at the reunion, it's definitely going to turn, So I don't think that friendship when it comes to Mel and Tisha and Marsau, I don't think that's going to last. I think this, is going to take a turn. I think it's going to be a turn. And also, I just hope, like I said, nobody's going to film around Melody, If Melody don't wants to film around everybody, then she shouldn't be a part of it because just like with the field day, when they had the field day, she should have been there. I think just like we talked about last time, if Melody would have been there, all the stuff that they needed to get out, it would have been squashed out that day. But Melody didn't show up because Melody wanted her moment by herself where she can go through each cast member and get paid every person that she, talked to. It don't work like that. That's favoritism. That's what I call favoritism. You know. So, girl, what you in there doing? We done did 2 hours.
Yeah, we did 2 hours, so we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. I got a visitor coming right
Okay.
now. The doctor.
Okay, love.
Yeah. So who is this checking you? Oh, true.
So you can go ahead and close it. I'm
Uh,
gonna go ahead and drop down here, babe. So
okay.
thank
Thank
you,
you for joining
misbehave.
me.
Okay, thank you, misbehaving.
You.
All right, guys. Thank you. Good live.
All right, y'all. That's my girl, unapologetic real talk, Lady D. Please join her live. What you say? Checking you, boo. Said Carlos is the puppet master, and Marcel and Martel's ex are competing for assistant puppet master. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Carlos King like the girls to get their man, in my opinion. Who said that? I know that's right. That's what I said. That's why some of these men, they being gay for pay, gay for pay. Debbie Bayless said the reunion won't make much sense because they already found it. Oh, wow. Okay. Jen Adams, you said what? Around Martell? Are you kidding? Checking Boo said Martell's ex doesn't do a good job of hiding when she is angry. She did a live coming from the airport after the reunion and her TikTok. She seemed happy but tired, not mad. Yeah, I, I don't know what's going on, but I don't think she'll be kicked off that show. I don't believe that. Jen Adams, are we watching the same show? Jen, I don't know if you a Johnny Come Lately or if you a day one fan. But honey, I like them all, and I'm gonna call them all out. Debbie Baylor said, "Wait, I thought Melanie and Martell and I was supposed to be around each other because of a court order." That's what I thought too. They're not supposed to. So, but TNT, welcome. It's your first time here. Thank you. Debbie Bayless, first time here. Thank you. Jen Adams, first time here. Thank you. True 2684 says Melody has a no contact with Martell. First time here. Thank you. And Country Girl Queena said, another great live, misbehaving and unapologetic real talk. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe. God bless you all. Check Me Boo said, not Johnny Come Lately. Yes, baby, we got a lot of Johnny Come Latelys. They always want to check somebody, but ain't nobody checking me, boo, because I'm a regulator. Exactly, misbehaving. I don't hate any cast member. I will call them all out. Yeah, I like them all. I like them all. They're all beautiful. And hey, you guys, ain't nobody mad but the devil. And if you find yourself mad at anything that misbehaving had to say, baby, chances are the devil is you. And I've been on here so long, I didn't said my outgoing chatter the wrong way. I am your girl, Misbehaving. And the name of this channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. And if you find yourself mad at anything that Misbehaving had to say, chances are, baby, the devil is you. The devil is you. Debbie Baylor said, thank you, enjoying your show because everybody has an opinion. That's right. That's right, Debbie. I like that eye wink. They got an opinion just like buttholes. But y'all have a safe night. Gotta go. And be safe in these YouTube streets. Thank you, checking you, boo. Thank you, Paula